weekly feng shui, astrology, and auspicious timing tip. Today I'm actually going to talk about why business astrology. Now, you've probably heard me talk a lot about business astrology, and you may not know why I think it's so important for you to have this information, but have you felt like you are, just winging it in life? Your business astrology tells you a number of important pieces of information to help you succeed in business. So let's see how we can get to that information and use it. So your astrology chart, it's like a map, a life map, and if you have the right GPS programmed, you're going to arrive at a wonderful destination because you've carefully planned out your life all along the way. But if your personal GPS is set on a life's journey to winging it, well, you might be surprised about missing some major attractions or even encountered some roadblocks that you probably could have avoided if you had planned out your life a little bit better. So what does your business astrology chart tell you anyway? Your year of birth is about your marketing strategies, your branding scope for you and your business. It's about your reputation in the marketplace and your sphere of influence. This pillar will also tell you about your health. By the way, if you've experienced any health issues in 2016, in the year of the fire monkey, or even worse, if you know of somebody who has died, this is actually what the year is talking about. So depending on what you had on your chart on how it affected you personally. Now, your month of birth is about your career and what you're best suited to do. Now, this also talks about your character and how people perceive you and your level of ambition. Your day of birth is about your partnerships, and truthfully, it's about your close, intimate relationships. The hour of birth is about your life purpose. I have so many people come to me for astrology readings who are at a crossroads in their life, and they have no idea what to do. They're actually even afraid to take their next step due to uncertainty. So your hour of birth can also indicate your income level and what's the best strategy to use to invest your wealth from the things that you do from your work, or in some cases you may have also received an inheritance, and what would be the best strategy for you to use that money? Is it in investing in real estate, or would it be better to invest in the stock market or invest back into your own business? All these things are indicative of your hour of birth. Now, there's several layers to understanding your astrology, obviously, and one of them is long-term trends. Now, this is a great way to map out what's happening now, what's trending for you, and in the near or distant future. But wouldn't it be nice to know if you had a product or service you're working on and that there's certain times will benefit you in completing and launching it with success? So what about a career change, or that could be expected or unexpected? So this is good information to know, especially if you've got like a nice cushy job and you don't really want to leave, and then boom, you are deemed redundant. So what do? Or conversely, you're thinking about making a career move, but the universe isn't supporting that choice right now. So guess what? This is all written in your business astrology. Now, I also see people going through a very active influx of money, and they believe that, oh, this is so easy, thinking their prosperity is endless. And then when I look at their personal chart, in fact, they're at the end of a wealth cycle. Now, this actually happened to one of my clients who was always consistently spending beyond his means. And I said to him, I think you better, take a different strategy here, because this fountain may run dry soon. He goes, no, I always make it back somehow. Well, unfortunately, he didn't listen to me, and he's actually in a very different place right now because he didn't heed my advice. So as the saying goes, there's one thing that we certainly can be sure of, that change will happen. And luckily, we can crack the code to foretell what's going to happen for you, and that's through your business astrology. So there's many things in business astrology that your chart can support. It's like, when do you hire a staff, or maybe go a little bit lean, or when should you launch that product, program, or services? Obviously, choosing a good date to do that as well. But when would be a good time to take center stage or do maybe more research and development? So when you are seeking out, investors, is it a good year to do that, or mentors or partnerships? It's all really foretold in your astrology. So with that said, there's things that a person can proactively do to help themselves in their personal and professional lives. And that's when I turn to the annual astrologies to, help my clients. And most frankly, I do it for myself for quick and dynamic results. So long term is for mapping things out, and then what can happen in an instant that can really shift things in the annual. So every year around February 3rd or 4th, there's an influx of new energies that are happening, and there's a new animal that comes into play. So right now we're currently in the 2016 fire monkey, and we're just on the cusp of the 2017 fire rooster. So we're going to see new shifts in, the spaces of, the feng shui directions are certainly going to change. I'm going to talk about that in future episodes. And we'll also see things happening in people's personal astrology charts. So I always look at person, space, and time, the astrology, feng shui, and the time blazer for the information based on the 5 elements. So everything has an expiration date as well, though. It's just like a carton of milk. Once it spoils, you're not going to want to try to get a fresh glass of milk out of that carton. You're going to need to go buy another new one, if you want the fresh glass of milk. So the same is with your astrology. It's all about harnessing the energy that's available to you now and in the immediate future. So once things have taken their turn, it's very hard to bring something back that is past expiration, if you will. So the annual energies are either going to help your endeavors, or they're going to seem like roadblocks all along the way. So my suggestion is, let's find out what's good for you and what might be challenging, and figure out a strategy so that the good side of you wins. So for example, if you have a horse in your natal chart, year, month, day, or hour, but especially if it's in the year of birth or the month of birth, you can expect a fantastic 2017. Your strategy is to figure that out now. Now we've got a couple of months left. What is your big venture going to be? Because believe me, time flies by so fast. So don't waste time figuring out once that clock has already started ticking. Figure it out now. So to discover what animals you have in your chart, go to www.freebusinessastrology.com and enter in your birth information, and I'll be giving other tips all along the way. So the other way that you're going to be able to find out more about this information is every year I do my annual Feng Shui astrology talk to help my clients tap into their own personal energy, their space, and use good dates for success with the Chinese New Year, before it begins. So if you want information about my live event and how you can impactfully bring 2017 to the highest potential for you, go to www.5elementsgroup.com/events, and then you can either attend it live or listen live stream. So thank you for spending time with me here today. I really do appreciate it. Please contact me at Kathleen at 5 Elements Group if you have any questions about business astrology, feng shui, or auspicious timing. I look forward to seeing you next time on Illuminating Feng Shui. And until next week, may good chi follow.